Buenos dias guys and welcome back to Mama Lotties. Today I have 3 amazing recipes for you and I'm joined by my friend Jyza who's going to give me a hand at showing me how to make her famous pumpkin soup. I've got a special twist on a Cima Rellena and for dessert I have the traditional and quite well known Japonesas. Jyza, hello.
Hello.
And thank you for coming on the show today.
You're welcome, thank you for having me.
No, of course. So we're going to start with your recipes and I know that you cook really well at home. I've heard that you cook really well at home. So we're going to
You're trying to say that I've never made you come to my house?
I've not said that, that's come from your mouth. But if the invitation's open, I'm going to go.
So first up is Jyza's creamy, smoky pumpkin soup, perfect to warm you up this autumn.
So we start with the vegetables.
Yeah.
We're going to cut them. There's no need to peel them. Take off the top ends.
Yeah.
Cut them. Throw them into the pan.
And we'll roast them. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the oven preheated at 180. So just chop the ends and then into thin slices or quite large chunks?
As long as they're similar, so they roast at the same temperature, it should be fine.
So you want sort of consistency?
Yeah.
At the end, this soup is going to be a sort of chunky soup or a thin soup?
My word for saying it is zhuzhed, but...
Zhuzhed. I like that one. A zhuzhed soup. So who taught you how to cook this recipe then?
I saw it done by Jamie Oliver on his 30-minute recipes, and then
watching all
it sort of like fell into my own thing. I've changed like the way that he roasts the vegetables. He does it with butter, which I don't like, but it's pretty good.
So you can adapt it all to suit you what you
obviously
like.
I can't compare it to his because I've never tried it. I'm sure that his is going to be 6 times as better as mine, but it works.
So have you grown up sort of learning how to cook by sort of teaching yourself, or did you learn with your parents?
My father's the cook in the house.
Oh, really?
I'm very used to having been sat down on the kitchen desk beside him whilst he's cooking, so everything's pretty much stayed with me.
I'm finishing the carrot. You've got some turnip there, no?
Yep.
So all these ingredients, all these vegetables, we can buy in the market sort of pre-packed?
Yep, they'll come in a packet ready for you, so you don't even have to measure.
It's the puchero ones?
Yep.
Which are the same ones that we use for the soup that we make as well. Mm-hmm. The traditional winter soup with the chicken and everything. So you've got turnip, carrots, celery and leek.
Yep.
And that's it? Oh, no, I forgot pumpkin.
On the pumpkin,
is
the main ingredient of the soup.
Of course. So as pumpkin, it's not something that you can find sort of all year round. I mean, it's more an autumn dish.
Yep, when it's not in season, it'll come in suction packs. You don't have to peel them.
See, nowadays vegetables and everything is available all year round, really?
Yep.
How much pumpkin are we using?
The whole thing.
Which is about?
It's about,
quarter,
I think, a quarter of a pumpkin.
Yeah. Okay, this is all the pumpkin done.
That's it.
So you've got to season this now that we've done everything?
Yep, we're going to get some garlic salt.
Right.
Just sprinkle it over. Do you want to do that?
The vegetable stock.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going to dissolve anything, just as is?
Just as is.
Yeah.
And most important is the smoked paprika.
But that's really going to give it that depth,
the taste.
the flavour and the taste, yeah.
And it's going to go in the oven for about 25 minutes.
25 minutes at 180 degrees?
Yep.
Jyza, that smells amazing. It's been there for quite a while now.
Yep.
So shall we check if it's ready? Now, how do we know it's ready?
Take it out and we'll poke it with a knife, see if it's soft enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, I think that's fine.
That's fine, no?
Yep.
Good. So you've got enough water here to just cover the ingredients?
Yep.
So all the ingredients that we've used for that are going to go straight in here?
Yep.
Even the stock that was left over?
Everything. So the extra stock.
And this, well, you can see the colours change already and everything.
Yeah.
How much longer do we leave it in here for?
As I said before, like enough so it gets soft enough so we can judge it.
So about maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Maybe 10, 15 minutes.
So finish it off with another sprinkling of garlic salt?
The rest of the garlic salt, and we won't put the Philadelphia in until it's been judged.
Okay.
And
the smoked paprika. So that's going to be the key ingredient for this soup. It's going to be a really smoky pumpkin soup. I'm going to cover it.
Yep, cover it up and let's give it about 15 minutes.
And then we'll blend it or we'll zhuzh it. It's going to be the word of the day. Zhuzh.
We'll zhuzh it and then just add the Philadelphia.
All right, we'll come back and check on this.
Yep.
Jyza, this has been here for at least 10-15 minutes.
Yep.
They're pretty soft now. They're pretty tender. I can smell that paprika. Come on over here. We have to blend it. No, we have to zhuzh it.
I was going to say.
Yeah. I won't say it wrong. We have to zhuzh it, guys.
Yep.
So get the zhuzher out.
Take out the zhuzher and
So we're gonna blend all of this. It's just nice and creamy.
Yep.
And then add it straight back to the pan.
Back into the pan, and then once in the pan, we'll add the Philadelphia.
What happens if it's very wet? Like there's a lot of water in there. Do we want to drain it or should we leave it?
There's so many vegetables in here that once they all get zhuzhed,
Yeah.
I think it'll be creamy enough.
How's that? Yeah?
That looks good.
So you want it completely pureed? We
Yep,
want no bits at all?
completely. No, and look, if you look, we might even need more water. It depends, obviously, once we use all of that.
Because every time we blend it, that's going to get thicker each time.
Exactly.
The vegetables are going to puree, so we want to...
Obviously, we still have
Check.
some water in there, so it might be fine once
Okay.
we put all of that in here.
So
But if not, you can always add a cup of water.
So Jyza, we blended it all together.
Yep.
What's the next step?
Let's put it back into the pot. If we feel we need to add more water, add more water. And if not,
So that looks okay to me from here.
from here it looks fine.
Okay.
Okay, so we turn the heat back on.
Right to the medium temperature?
Medium, yep. And once you see that it starts to boil, we'll add the cheese. Break the cheese up before you put it in. It'll be easier
So
for it to...
any cream cheese really?
I tend to use Philadelphia a lot, especially because the consistency is like creamier.
Okay.
But
It's up
you
to-
can you
up
can
to
you can use whatever cream you like. Like I said, when I saw this on TV, it was
Yeah.
done with butter instead of cream
Oh,
cheese.
so you adapted it to...
Instead of the butter, because I don't eat butter,
Right.
I tried it with the Philadelphia and it works.
Nice. See, I use like dairy-free cream.
Yep.
And I've done soups and stuff like that, so anyone can sort of change it to suit your requirements.
I know lots of people who use coconut milk as well,
Okay.
and it
That would
works.
give it a completely different flavour.
completely
though.
different flavor,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's not as creamy as cheese or butter would make it.
Of course, no, because
But-
that would go really runny when it gets
Yeah.
hot. All right. Well, this looks like it's almost ready.
Yeah,
So we should add the cream cheese in there.
knob at a time.
So we use about 100 grams of the cream cheese.
Yep,
You can smell that cheese there.
yep.
I'm excited to try this.
Yeah.
Because it's smoky, cheesy, creamy, and pumpkiny.
Everything you want.
Everything. This is ready.
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
so. You tell me. It's your,
Yep.
it's your recipe.
It's ready.
So I'm going to serve it and we can try
Yep.
it, yeah? Okay, spoon.
Thank you.
Cheers. We'll try this soup. Vamos. Beautiful.
Lovely.
This is really creamy. This is really heartwarming. You know, surprisingly, you can't really taste like the strong flavor of all the different vegetables.
No,
Because sometimes one overpowers the other one, but it's beautifully creamy. It's wonderful. I think we could even blend it a bit more because it's a little bit
Yep.
chunky. But I like it how it is. But if you wanted it a bit smaller.
What I used to do is once I put the cheese into the pot
Yeah,
and zhuzh it again with a hand zhuzher.
with a hand blender.
Yep.
Just attack it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Just to finish off those little bits that stay chunkier.
Well, let's finish off the soup, and then to accompany this, I think we should start with the main course. Which is going to be the Cima, which I'm going to lay it out and roll it into some like sort of a different version of a Cima Rellena.
Yeah, you said it wasn't a traditional way of doing it.
Nope, I'm going to show you how to do that one.
Yep.
If you're hosting a dinner party, why not give this a whirl? Juicy and succulent, this Cima roll will keep the crowds happy.
Well, after that nice veggie soup, I think it's time for some meat.
Okay.
So, we've got a whole Cima here, just over 1 kilo.
All right.
And I've asked the butcher to open it up like a book. So it's going to be like one long piece. Now what I tend to do is just beat it a bit, like tenderize it.
Especially in the bits that look bulkier.
Yeah, there's going to be like some fatty muscle bits. If you can take them off, it doesn't interrupt it, it's fine.
Okay.
If it's the joining part, then don't take it off, otherwise you're going to end
It'll
up with
split.
pieces.
Yep.
So now we're going to layer it. I'm going to start with the bacon, so you can pass me the bacon, please. So about 6 to 8 strips of bacon, just evenly laid out on top.
It would just go on the bottom half, or
This is going to go the whole way through because we're going to roll everything.
okay.
So it's going to be a bit like a giant rollito. We're using smoky bacon
Okay.
to go along with the smoky flavor of the soup. It's going to give it that, that bit extra to it.
All right.
So after that, we're going to layer the peppers.
Okay.
So you want to layer the peppers
Yeah, sure.
on top?
So all the way through, the
all
same
the way
as the...
throughout, yeah. And then we're going to shave some Parmesan cheese. So I've got grana padano, which is sort of similar to Parmesan cheese. And we're just going to shave it on top. I'm going to use enough cheese just to cover sort of a layer on here. So at least maybe half. We're going to saute this first. That's going to seal in all the juices.
All right.
And then we're going to roast this in the oven.
So what would you use this dish for?
This recipe, I would prepare it sort of on a Sunday when you've got family over. It's a meal to share because you're going to slice this individually. It's really nice to serve.
I would be
serve
very
so
surprised.
Christmas time.
I would be very surprised if you ate the whole thing by yourself.
I've done it before. Throughout a couple of days, but I've done it before. And the final layer is just the spinach.
You don't cook them or anything before?
No, raw. So then we're just going to slowly roll this up. Now, if you've got greaseproof paper, you can use the greaseproof paper to help you. And just roll this as tightly as you can. And now this is where I'm going to need your help because we need to tie this up.
Okay, so lift it.
Yeah.
It's just one in the middle or?
No, I tie it in the middle, in the sides, and then across just to make sure that it doesn't move. And then we'll do it all over.
2 more times.
And we'll do it across to keep all the sides in and everything. So you fold it in a bit there.
Whoop, rolling away.
Okay. We're going to fry this first.
Okay.
That will shape it already. Trap in all the juices. Cover the base of the pan. We don't have to do too much. And we'll let that heat up for a moment. Place it on here.
Pretty tight.
It's a tight squeeze. If you have a bigger pan, use a bigger one, but it's fine for now. This is just to give it a bit of colour, but what we want to do is cook the outside really quickly. Okay. Just to seal everything in there.
So I'm guessing that the oven is being preheated before.
The oven is being preheated at 180.
Okay.
175, 180. And then we're going to roast this in the oven for about 20-30 minutes. That should cook the way through. Still give it that slight
colour inside.
That is ready.
Yep.
It's now cooled down for a while. I let it cool down because the meat needs to soak the juices back up. And it's easier to manipulate when we cut it.
Okay.
So just get rid of the ropes.
Be the best taste if we got a mouthful of rope.
No. So it should keep its shape, which it has. You can see here all the different layers that we have. Yeah, they're all cooked through. So there you go. So you can see that it's a bit pinker in the middle. Yeah. So we can leave it a bit longer if anyone wanted to leave it longer.
It obviously depends.
It depends the oven. If you've got a fan oven, sometimes the heat, sometimes it can take a while.
And how cooked you like your meat, obviously.
And how cooked you like it. Yeah. If the outside, the longer you cook it, the outside will be always cooked more and crispier than the inside. And that's it. So we'll just serve it like that. So shall we serve this in the plate with the soup and the rest?
Yep.
I'll give this a try.
After our hearty part 1, it's time for that sweet touch, and Japonesas are the order of the day.
Dessert time.
Yep.
I'm going to make the Japonesas, the traditional recipe that everyone's used to.
Okay.
I tried to find my way of doing it because I've never been able to get it right. So I'm going to try. So if you can pass me the bowl. Make the dough first. Okay. Now the dough, once we make it, needs to rise because it's going to have yeast in it. So we'll start the dough with the flour, please. We need 500 grams of flour. All right. Doesn't need to be stiff, but it's self-raising flour is what I use.
All in first go?
All in first go. If you have a machine with a dough handle, it's a lot easier.
All the better.
In this case, we're going to do a mano. 2 eggs. So you can crack one egg and I crack one egg. We're just going to mix this together first. So once the dough is a bit lumpy, and you've mixed up all the ingredients, the egg, the sugar and the flour, we need to prepare the wet stuff. So this is what we need: the water with some of the milk. So together to make 100 milliliters. There we go. And 2 teaspoons of yeast. Okay. Now, it's better to have the water a bit sort of tepid because it will activate the yeast. And we'll just mix this together and then we'll just pour it straight in here.
And that's as much liquid as you're going to need?
Well, we'll find out. If we need more liquid, we can slowly add it until we have the right texture and consistency for this. So we're just mixing here. We need to add in the butter as well. So at this point we're just pouring the butter. So we find out now it's a little bit dry. You can add in a little bit more of milk or water, it doesn't really matter.
So it doesn't have to be the same amount of each?
Almost the same amount of each, so we can have a bit more, but almost the same. Just to get it wet enough, but not, we don't want it liquidy.
You don't want it to be soaked?
No.
Okay.
And now we have to like knead the dough until we have nice thick dough. The butter anyway is going to melt now.
All right.
As with our heat, with the body temperature, with the hands as you need it. So you see it loosen up and soften.
Just keep
doing it until all the flour is
sticks to it.
Exactly.
All right.
All the flour is used up. Once you have the dough ready,
okay,
it should sort of be soft enough that it'll separate from the sides of the bowl. I will leave this covered with cling film.
Okay.
And leave it for 20-30 minutes.
And let it rise.
That will let it rise. So this is proof. As you can see, it's doubled in size. This is one I prepared a bit earlier just to save us a bit of time.
Save time, yeah.
So we need to punch it.
Okay.
Just to get a bit of the air out.
All right.
And then remove it from the sides. So it's going to be really soft, you can tell.
It'll be easier to mold.
Yeah, easy to manipulate. And it's so a lot soft, there's a lot of air in it. That's what the yeast has done. So you're going to take this bit and you're going to roll it out really thinly for me.
Okay.
So if you can put some flour on the table.
Just to be equal or?
You want to thin it out completely to make it, as equal as possible. Okay, now with this, just get a small bowl, a mold, something. We have to just cut them into shapes.
Okay.
Press it down, try and get the shape out. And then we have a circle. And what we're going to do is we're going to open this up with some custard. So pre-make some the night before so it sets at least a bit and pour it in the middle.
And you've put a cinnamon stick in it?
Yeah, custard with vanilla, cinnamon.
All right.
And what we're going to do is now fold this over. So we'll do that for all of these. So you can start cutting shapes out.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've got these ready and the oil's hot. Carefully just pour them in here.
Okay, so you have to make sure that the oil is piping hot before
we
put them
in. So it could even be a bit hotter than it is now.
Okay.
So it starts to cook straight away.
It's going to rise as well in the oil, or will it stay?
It'll puff up a little bit, but it should
slightly, no?
sort of stay as it is.
So what's the way that they make it traditionally?
The way I've seen it in the pastry shops, it's more like a bun. So like a cakey bread
Yeah.
bun.
And
then the custard is sort of injected inside. Yeah.
Okay.
This was the recipe which I was given, but I've sort of just tweaked it a little bit to make it easier for me to make.
Simpler to make it at home.
I tried baking them once. They did not work baking them. They just went rock solid, and it was a bit of a fail. So I think you have to fry them. Yeah.
How would you know when it's ready?
It's ready when it goes golden. So it's almost there. Because then, even though these are going to be sort of, you can say it's more or less ready. Even though we say this is done, after this, we're going to do the Gibraltarian favourite for desserts. And we're going to cover it in golden syrup. It seems to be more the treats for Christmas and everything. You just cover it in golden syrup.
To add more sweetness to the already known fat.
There we go. So we'll finish frying these up.
Yep.
Then we're going to heat up the golden syrup and sort of drown them in there. Cover them all. Jyza, I'm going to let you do this bit.
Okay.
So I'm going to pour this, melt the golden syrup a little bit so it loosens up, and then you can start pouring these.
All right. So how long would it take?
It is nothing. It's a couple of minutes. A couple of seconds even. So there we go. We don't want to leave it too long.
No oil in the pan or anything?
No, nothing. Just the golden syrup. All we're doing is heating it up so that it's a bit more liquidy.
Okay.
That's it. So it's ready. So you can start pouring those in here.
It's going to go all the way through, straight into the middle.
Should hopefully go all the way through, yeah. If you find that the custard's leaked, you can, before putting it in here, squeeze some in.
Squeeze it in, yeah.
Or even afterwards, but it's going to be a bit messy afterwards.
Okay, so it's not sweet enough. We shall blame you. It smells amazing.
So the golden syrup, anything with golden syrup, sweet, sugar, cake, todo.
So here you have it, a perfect trilogy of tastes, something veggie, something meaty, and a sweet treat to cap it all off.
Jyza, we tried the soup,
Yes, we did.
and that was deliciously smoky and beautiful.
And I can't wait to try
So
this.
let's go for the meat then. I cut a bit at the end already, so we
Yes.
can just attack it. This is kind of a finger food as well.
Yes, it's true.
Very nice. What do you think?
It's amazing. The
Yeah.
bacon gives it the touch that it needs.
There's the bacon, the flavour from the peppers and the cheese gives that final touch, I
Yes.
think. The spinach is nice because although it softens, it gives it a bit of a crunchiness. I think it's quite nice.
Again, the bacon is what gives it the
The
touch.
bacon touches it.
For me
yeah.
at least.
So with the smokiness of both dishes, I think it's time for some sweetness at the end.
Oh my god. It's lovely.
Really nice, no? There's sweetness to it. The dough, you can even cook it a little bit more, I think. But
And I
it's
thought
very nice.
that it would have been slightly chewy, but it's
No.
not.
Well, this is perfect ending. So I'm going to try that soup in the winter. And that's it. That's all there's left to say. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Join me next week. I've got 3 new recipes and someone else joining me in the kitchen. So that's it. See you very soon. Thank you.
If you want to catch up with all the recipes and ingredients for today's dishes, head over to mamalotties.com. See you next week!